Tartt's back.
Tartt is back.
Tartt is back. So hold on. Why don't we put this on hold and talk about Tartt real quick? And we just so happen to have that ready. Thoughts on the 49ers re-signing Jaquiski Tartt? That's just good luck. So what do you think? Niners re-signing Jaquiski Tartt. What do you think?
I think it's a great move. I talked about this before. I think keeping him was huge. I think this was the one position that they didn't have set starters in. And now bringing back Jimmy Ward and Jaquiski Tartt, I think it's one of the best safety tandems in the NFL. A lot of Niners fans seem to hate Jimmy Ward and Jaquiski Tartt, but I've outlined many a times how I feel they're very good and all of that. So, I mean, I can get into it right here, but I think this is a great move for the Niners. I don't think Tarvarius Moore could have started next year. I really don't. Not with the way he played last year and not with the way he played in 2019. It's funny to me because a lot of people hate on Marcel Harris, right? They say Marcel Harris takes bad angles to the football. They say Marcel Harris makes mistakes in coverage. You know who does those same exact things at a more increased rate, Grant, than Marcel Harris? Tarvarius Moore. There's a reason Marcel Harris has played over him over the last 2 years, and it's because of that. So I didn't think that there was any way they could have Marcel Harris as their starting safety next year with Jimmy Ward. Keeping Jaquiski Tartt was huge for the 49ers, and I think it just goes to show, like, again, this offseason, they're able to bring everybody back. And look, were they going to make their team a lot better? I don't think they had the cap room. I don't think there were the available free agents for them to do it, but they had the opportunity for their team to get a lot worse. And they managed to not get a lot worse. This team is still deep. It's still stacked. And they basically got 2 years right here. These are their 2 years. They've gone all in on older players, and these are the 2 years that it's going to happen.
Well, let's stick with Tartt real quick, and then we'll go back to the big picture because that was interesting. I wanted to hear what you had to say. And I just had not rebuttals, but questions, just because that's usually how we talk. So with Tartt, I know you think he's terrific. I think he's terrific too. I've always liked him. I mean, the issue with him is durability. He's almost got like a Jimmy Garoppolo-esque track record in terms of missing. It's nothing personal. It's just that's why he's, I think, accepting what he's accepting. I'm guessing that he's not taking a huge deal from the 40. I doubt it's $5 million. I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. I think everybody in the 49ers secondary's opportunity for a large deal went down when Jason Verrett re-signed for 1 year, $5.5 million.
Yes.
Because that's
a big chunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not backloaded. It's $5 million. Yeah.
And it's not just that. Like, I think Anthony Harris signed for $5 million. If Jaquiski Tartt wanted to come back to the 49ers, there's no way they're going to – this is the Mike Iupati, Joe Staley situation from 2014, I want to say. It was the dilemma Balky had. If he wanted to retain Mike Iupati, he was going to have to make him the highest paid offensive lineman on the team. And there's no way that he could have done that with Joe Staley as their franchise cornerstone player. And Jason Verrett is not their franchise cornerstone player, but he plays the premium position in the secondary, and he's the best player at playing that premium position in cornerback. So there's no way they could have re-signed Tartt, K'Wan Williams, any of these guys for more money than what they signed Jason Verrett for. That's just bad team business. So I think that's what happened, where all these guys, I think their markets to return to the 49ers got cut short by Verrett not signing for a large deal.
Also, I'm guessing the Niners, have had an offer on the table for Tartt for a while. It was probably less than he would have expected, but it's a weird year, as everyone's seeing. There's less of a market for guys of his age with his history, and he probably felt like, you know what? It's just 1 year. Go back. Team I start on. A defense that's good. I can always enter the market next year if I stay healthy. So it seems to me like I wasn't expecting him to accept this, and I thought maybe he'd get something better around the league. It didn't happen for him. Good for the 49ers. This is great. I don't have any problem with the Niners giving Jaquiski Tartt maybe $1, $2, $3 million, something like that, especially if there's some incentives involved.
It's really a
1 year deal.
It's really a win-win for the 49ers, because if Tartt plays only 8 games again and he gets hurt again, which, knock on wood, hopefully it doesn't happen, but unfortunately if it happens to him, he's still going to give him 8 games of starter play, and they're not going to be paying him a lot of money, and he's going to be totally worth those 8 games.
And remember, in the last couple of years, he was making like $6-7 million a year, so this is a big come down.
And if Tartt plays at the level that he's capable at playing for 16 games, well, then the Niners just got one of the best safeties in the NFL for very little money. That's what we're guessing. That's what we're anticipating. And
just guessing.
Tartt is gonna go command big money this offseason because, again, I've outlined it, and I'll say it one more time. Look, Tartt's body weight is 6'2", 220. You don't see 6'2", 220 safeties play the post safety in a single high defense. He's capable of doing that. Let's compare, like, the Niners don't run the Seattle scheme anymore, but when they ran the Seattle scheme, which was the match cover 3 zone, let's compare the safeties with his body type. Cam Chancellor, Keanu Neal, Jamal Adams is doing it now. All these guys, none of these guys played single high in that defense. They didn't play the Earl Thomas role. They played the Cam Chancellor role.
And it's
He's
important
capable
to
of
do
playing
because
both.
Ward is down in the slot in coverage
Right.
on third down. Yeah.
Right. So these are the things that I think people miss because, okay, he's in the post. When's the last time you've seen somebody catch a post on the 49ers when Jaquiski Tartt's on the field?
Also, the best play of his career is still him playing center field with that one-hand interception against Carolina, 2017.
You think
that's one of them?
Than
It's top 5.
You think
it's
better
top
than the
5.
DK Metcalf? The DK Metcalf play was insane.
Anyway,
yeah, he's huge because what he brings to this Niners defense is versatility, and that's what DeMeco Ryans, for a new defensive coordinator, when you have 2 players in Ward and Tartt, when they're on the field, you can ask them to do anything and everything. It makes it a lot easier, in my opinion, to call a defense because you can get more exotic because hey, Tartt can get that guy in man, Ward can get that guy in man, and those kinds of things are going to make this. I think this defense is going to be very good next year. Health is obviously the biggest question mark. It's always the question mark with the 49ers, but if they can be reasonably healthy, I think this, and DeMeco Ryans is what we think he is, I think this can be a top 10 defense once again.